Greetings, fellow Toastmasters. My name is Arturo Venecia II, District 30 Club Coach Chair, and welcome to Club Coaching before you start coaching the club. Oftentimes our club coaches are so eager they just want to jump into coaching right away. And I need to remind them you got to pump the brakes because there's a process before you start coaching the club. And today we will discuss this process. I call it the DOC model, D-O-C model. D is for discovery, O is for observation, and C is for coaching. Discovery. It is really important for you as a coach to uncover and discover the club's story. Every club has a story, and that story will give you a point of reference to help the club today. A lot of our coaches have been distinguished before. They've had great success, and you need to know that. So it's important for you to look at where they started, what they've been through, their accomplishments, their successes, before you can start coaching them today. Second, the officer's background. It's important to understand why the officers joined Toastmaster. What was their purpose? Was it personal? Was it professional? And oftentimes we see with our Toastmaster members is the purpose becomes their passion. So why are they still in Toastmasters? What's it about Toastmasters that has become the anchor to keep them there? Next, state of the club. It's a check-in to see how the club is doing today, because that's what's brought you to them as a coach. Next, we'll look at their challenges and opportunities. It's important to understand with any challenge is an opportunity to overcome that challenge, an opportunity to see things from a different perspective. And that's what you as a coach will provide, that outside third-party perspective to help them maneuver around their challenges. And lastly, it's important that you understand their short-term goals, and that you will develop more in the GROW model for coaching. But here you want to ask them, where do you want to be in the next couple months? What do you see that your club is able to achieve, is able to do? Observation. I love this simple breakdown. Look, listen, and learn. I highly suggest you as a coach attend several meetings before you start coaching. Why? Because you need to understand the rhythm of the club. You need to get your pulse on the club. Because let's be honest, we all have bad days. And there might be a chance that you go to a club meeting, either in person or virtual, to where they're not firing on all cylinders. And that is not representative of the club. That's only representative of the moment that you observe the club. When you come in as a guest to observe, not as a coach to diagnose. You need to get a view of the club. What does the optics tell you? Listen. Listen to understand where they are, what they're looking to achieve. And most of all, when you step away from the club experience, ask yourself, what went well and where are there areas to improve on? That's the learning side, to where you're able to objectively look at the club experience and be able to talk about areas that have went well, successes, and areas for improvement. So when you meet with them, you can give them some valuable feedback. Next is coaching, what you've all been waiting to do. I recommend that you schedule a meeting with the club officers and/or key club members. That's the individuals that you really want to talk to because they can shape the club going forward. They are, because of their position as officers, given the opportunity to make change, to move the needle, to move the club forward. I would suggest moments of truth. That is a great check-in on the state of the club. And the way that you need to frame it is, it's important for us to do a self-assessment. a club assessment. And a club assessment to where we let down our guard and we become vulnerable. Because for coaching to succeed, the person, or here, the club being coached, needs to be vulnerable. They need to allow themselves to self-examine and ask those tough questions. Next, share your observations. Share it under the model of, these are the things that went well, and these are the areas that I suggest for improvement. Next, you'll use the GROW model to coach them. The G, goal. R, reality or resistance. O, opportunities or options, and W, way forward, which we'll discuss in an upcoming video. The most important thing for you to do as a coach at this point is to reassure them that things can turn around, because oftentimes clubs get stuck. That is to say, whatever obstacles they're facing seems so insurmountable that they get stuck in the mindset that they can't overcome it, that they can't get around it. You as a coach, being a third-party observer, can walk in and help the club discover they can go around the obstacle or they can go over the obstacle. The obstacle doesn't mean the end. It only means that you need to look at it from a different perspective. Having said that, I always love to end coaching sessions with a quote. And this, to me, is really the heart of coaching. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And that's coaching. Coaching allows the club to look at things from a different perspective, from a fresh perspective. And that, in and of itself, gives the club and the club officers the ability to move forward. Thank you very much for taking time to watch this video. There will be an upcoming video regarding the GROW model. My contact information, again, is Arturo Venecia II. My mobile number is 630-788-2742. My email, arturo@arturovenecia.com. Thank you very much for your time in watching this video. Continue success in your coaching. Take care.